Alright, so I'm going to be coloring in the Luna coloring book, illustrated by Maria Trolley, and I picked this page to start. As you can see, I have some of the blue done. Because I was testing out my camera, and the camera decided to film sideways. Wasn't that nice of it? So I had some figuring out to do. It is recording upright, I hope. So this book is, well, Luna is nighttime, and most of these, I guess technically, are supposed to be at night. So we're gonna see what I can do. I am really kind of doing this as a blog, but I figured this way we have something to look at while I talk, and then I can get better at my coloring, and eventually we will be hopefully coloring my own pages, but that's a long way down the road. So right now I am using the Black Widow pencils, they're considered a budget pencil, but quite honestly, if you buy all the sets, they're really not that budget. They, as far as I know, are a wax-based pencil. They do hold their point more so than a Prismacolor does. I really like all the colors and choices that you get. I will say, the lady that runs Coloring Bliss made a swatch sheet, and you can sign up and get the sheet for free, and which is what I did. So then she has them all color coordinated. And then what I found with all my sets that I have, when it came to putting them away, it was really a pain, because, they were easy to find, but because the numbers don't go in order. And I didn't feel like putting other numbers on my pencils. That just seemed like an awful lot of work. And so what I did is I have the books, pencil holder books, and I went through and put my pencils in numerical order. So when you look in my books, they don't make any sense color-wise. Well, to a point, they don't make any sense color-wise. But I end up putting my colors away because I just put them in order by number. And I have my swatch sheet, and I'm trying to make this look like a moon. We'll see how that goes. So I have my swatch sheet so I can see what colors they are, and it's been working out really well. I've done all my pencil sets that way, and I'm really liking it. And then again, the big thing was it was kind of daunting when you were done with something, and if you had a lot of pencils, you didn't feel like finding them on the sheet and then finding what page and where it went, and so then they sat. They go back where they belong, and they're easy to find. So for me, that seems to work the best. Because I do like to know what colors I'm picking, and with the Black Widows especially, they all have, most of them are just black with just the tip, and if the pencil's really dark, you can't tell what color it is. So that was my solution to that. Now I do want some glow coming out of here. So we're going to kind of halo this, and then we'll see what happens as we go. But I was putting in the water, and I was thinking to myself, well, I don't know really where to highlight the water, because I didn't do the sun and sky yet. And can you still see? Yeah. Okay, so this is all new, what I'm doing. So this would be coming down kind of like this. We have yellow rays. Or probably more like that. Okay, so the fox would be a little bit in shadow. So I'll take, this is the lighter color, and I'm just going to kind of put that in the background here, which would mean these would be darker. And I am no artist. I'm not competing with anybody. This is not a tutorial. This is I'm tired at night. I have a camera that I've been trying to use forever. But between not feeling well and going down to visit my mom and different things, I just never got around to it, to figuring it out, because I don't know anything about cameras. And yeah, so okay, so we got kind of our glowy background, and we can always come back and make it look more cratery moon-like too. But for right now, I think that's good. This is kind of the first time trying out the desk situation too. What I would need to make it so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I want just have reflections. So I want it lighter in certain areas down here. And this is going to come in here, but we're still going to have shadows from the rocks in there. So it's been a really busy couple of weeks. I had to clean my house, which hasn't been cleaned in about 15 years. And I'm not lying, not even exaggerating. So we had one spare room, or we have one spare room that's finished, that is acceptable to have people stay over in. So I got that all cleaned up and dusted, because that was a mess. So my mom had a clean place to sleep, which is important. I'm just going to add a little more blue here, but then I'm going to add the darker blues over it, I think. That's how we're going to do this. So, that took a couple days, plus all the laundry, because the bed that's in there hadn't been used in, 5 or 6 years from, I think, when my mom visited last. So that was, and my washer and dryer is 3 stories down in the basement. So it's a 2-story house, but it has a basement too. So that was a lot of up and down the stairs. And yeah, that wore me out. Now we're gonna make this edge here pretty dark. And this is the darkest blue that I have. So that was 2 days of exhaustion. And then from there, I still have to keep up. The one thing I clean every day is my kitchen, because it's where we eat, and it is where my desk is. And I just think kitchens need to be cleaned. It's where you serve food and stuff, you know? So from there, I cleaned the bathroom, which again is an important part of the house to have clean. And so I did that. And so she had a clean place to brush her teeth and stuff. And then she's only 5 foot, and I'm, I guess, long-waisted. I have short legs, I guess. It doesn't look like it, but I do. So I have one chair in my house that I find comfortable to sit in and watch TV, which is in the front room. So and our house is actually very dark. It's an old house. It's over 100 years old. So I ended up buying a light from Amazon, not an expensive one, and spent a day putting that together. And I was very careful. I read a lot of the reviews and what people had issues with when they were putting it together. And you have to be really careful on the screen, or the lampshade, I guess you would call it, And so I got that all put together. That was a little frustrating, but, and actually one part should be glued, but, and it is very, I need to find something to put on the bottom because it's more top heavy than, is safe. But it's stuck in it's in a corner, but it really should have more weight at the bottom of it to be, so it won't tip over or anything like that. But it's a nice soft light, so she can see and read in there. And she's really liking that area, which is good. I mean, that makes me feel good, because that was a lot of work on my part, a lot of moving things and cleaning things and dusting a lot of things. I woke up a lot of spiders, I'll tell you that. Plus it's fall, so it's that time of year too. But, so I was real happy. So she had a place to sit and read. And that was nice and sunny. Because she lives in Florida, so she's used to, and her house has a lanai, and she's used to going outside and stuff. So I wanted her comfortable. So I was really happy when I got that done. But that was another couple days and a lot of payments to get that done. But it was worth it. It looked pretty. When I got it done, I was really excited about that. Most people probably wouldn't be, but for me it was something I was really proud of, that I accomplished. So that was nice. And then so then she had a clean place for that, for us to sit and talk and her to look out the window and read the paper, and because she still likes to read the paper. We only get it twice a week, but that's the point. So I got that done, and that wore me out. I was running out of spoons every day and borrowing spoons. So yeah. And then, let's see. All that was left really was our dining room table, which my father-in-law is a antique collector, and he could not live by himself anymore, so we inherited a lot of the stuff just recently too. So that was kind of sitting on our dining room table. So I didn't want her to have to sit. She's broken her leg and she has a stent in her head from years ago. And she's got some blood cancer now. So she tires very easily. And I didn't want to have her sit at a TV tray to eat, So, between the 27 loads of laundry I did. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but not much, because I had pillows and blankets and, yeah, all kinds of stuff to do. So, stuff that you don't do every week, but because it hadn't been done. You don't want to put somebody in a bed that, the mattress pad and stuff hasn't been cleaned, because it's all dusty just from, sitting there. So I did that and cleaned the dining room table off, so at least we can sit down there and eat. And so I've been trying to get her to eat more. I think the blood cancer makes it so she's not all that hungry, but you still need to eat, So yeah, so trying to get her to eat stuff, and yeah, so I feel good about that too, and I got that done at the last minute, the dining room table, which I always say sounds better than what it really is, but it is the name of it, I guess. Just sounds fancier than what most people would think of when you say dining room table. So it kind of makes me laugh. So anyway, and then she, over with COVID and stuff, she got real used to YouTube videos, and watching that, and she went through a phase where she signed up for everything, so her email is always over abundance of junk email. So she wanted to make sure that she could check her email while she was here and other things. So I got my old laptop out that I hadn't started in 2 years, and I ended up having to call a young friend of mine who, thankfully, over the phone, using a video call, we got it up and working. So I was very happy about that. And then it was a bazillion updates. And when she got here, then I set it up so that she can log in to her browser and see exactly, what she sees at home, so it's less confusing. She's really good, though. I mean, she's 84 and she uses a cell phone. She complains about it, and says she doesn't understand it, but she at least has one, and she understands more than what she lets on. Sometimes she's just wants you to do it for her, though. I can relate to that, though. Sometimes I just want somebody to do something. Can you come fix my camera? Because I don't know what I'm doing. Can you just come do that, please? I can relate to that feeling. Okay. So this is I might get a lighter one for down in here. I might look for a lighter one, because this would be, well, some of this might be in the light. I don't know. again, this is not a tutorial. This is just me relaxing at the end of the day. So it's kind of a vlog style. But then you can have something to watch while I talk. So maybe we'll find a lighter blue for that area and a little down here too. So, but these pencils are really nice. In another book I did all the pencils that I had, and I did a little picture on them, and I haven't used these in a while, and I forgot how nice. I really liked them. So I thought, well, we'll use them in here. So when I put them back, I just put them back by their numbers. But see, I have this swatch sheet that is by Coloring Bliss. Down here, you can see it. And she put them all in alphabetical order, which is, there's their name right there. And a really light blue. I think we have found this easier. And like I said, then I put away my pencils where they belong. And this is my favorite pencil sharpener. It is the let's see. Here it is. Can you read it? The Mobius and Rupert R&M 604 bullet grenade. And I also have the round one, the brass 2-hole sharpener that has the smaller end and the larger end. And if you get the 124 or 120 brute pruner square ones, you would need to use that one if you have a hand one. The first little bit is a little hard to turn, but once you get it turned, that first little bit, it works fine with the square pencils, but the bullet one does not. So just so you're aware of that. But I really like the bullet one. It just fits in my hand a lot nicer. And it's more comfortable to use. So I'm just kind of highlighting this because this should come down and we can put some white highlights when we get farther along too. And then but we want this lighter in the middle because that's where, now is this the other one? How light is I don't know about that. We can add more depth with this one. I don't think that's as light as we can go along with edges. Alright. Now Actually, I should get the white out. The white colored pencil, not white out. Oh. And then today my husband had off work. So my Monday doesn't feel like I had my Monday yet. Because my Monday's my day to rest. But I didn't get that. Well, I did take a nap, but I shouldn't say that. But I had to clean up the kitchen and take some garbage out. Did a couple loads of laundry. You know, usual stuff that you do when you have somebody around making a mess. Okay, I want this darker in here. I think it should be darker on this side too. Because the foliage is covering it. So let's get in here and darken this up. That's what I like. You can just keep layering it until you like what you see. And then if you don't like what you see, you can just erase it or add more colors to it. That's where our neighbors. Now, is this water in here? I'm gonna say it is. 'Cause, yeah. So this would be probably water too. Alright, we'll say that. We can make it whatever we want, because it's our coloring book. We bought it. That's the cool thing about it. You don't have to follow any rules. It's your coloring book. As long as you're relaxing and having fun, it's really all that matters. Because that's what coloring is supposed to help you do, is relax and de-stress after a long day. You know? So, now was that my darkest one? Yeah, it was. Why does this one seem like it was darker? I guess it's just a different hue. Alright, so we got some sunlight. Let's make this a little darker here. Leave the window open because it's finally cool at night, but you can hear the neighbor's air conditioner just kicked in. Or maybe you can't, I don't know. Alright, make this a little darker here. That's alright, I'll probably put dark green or something there. Alright, let's find the white. Snow is number 5. I'm assuming snow is white. Okay, so I want this highlighted here in a couple places because it would shimmer off of there in the moonlight. I think it would anyway. In our little world, we're gonna make it so. Alright, now down here, it would be Lots of shimmering. Lots of shimmer. So yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow when hubby goes to work and my mom is up with her sister on a little trip, seeing some sights that they've always wanted to see, which is really nice. I'm not sure when she'll get back up here or be able to go on a trip again and stuff. She gets that blood cancer is really hard on her. So yeah. So I have a couple days to unwind and not do laundry. Imagine that. Okay, I think this is good for right now. We can always add or subtract to it later. Okay. Oh, one of the really neat things is on the front page of this book, this is considered page 1. Can you see that? I put a 1 down there. Okay. And then if you go all the way to the back of the book, and this is page 5 I'm on. So it'll tell you the names of plants. So page 5, it doesn't have, so it's made up plants. There's no specified species of plants. But then you go to the next page and it's an animal. Oh, there it is. So there, it's an animal registry. And on page 5, it's a volupus, which translates, that's a scientific name, which is a great way of doing it, because when I looked it up, it was a red fox. So if you go back here, this little guy is supposed to be a red fox. So I thought that was really neat that they did it that way, so that you're not guessing on the flowers and what you can do. I was really impressed with that. I really was. I was really happy about that. I think I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to check my SD card to see if this even worked. But I think we got pretty far, and it's a 45-minute video, which if people like long videos, that's good, and if they don't, well, that's okay too. But I think it's a good way for me to unwind and enjoy myself, and hopefully others will enjoy it too. I am gonna take my little thing and give it there. Alright. I got this. It's a electric pencil sharpener. It's really nice. I like it. I like it a lot. So, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. And yeah, I will hopefully see you next time. Thanks. Bye.